And hey, Rick.
Hey, Megan, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Here we are. I'm in my new office. We're
love it.
still working on putting it together. My gosh, what a situation. I mean, we still don't have all the furniture that we ordered months ago. So
Yeah.
one day we'll open and you will all be invited.
I can't wait. That'd be cool. Maybe fall time.
Yeah.
The furniture gets there.
I know, 2022.
Yeah, right.
Geez. So you and I were talking about an option that is available for people that is a very useful tool, and it's a rapid rescore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where you have the opportunity to change your credit pretty significantly in a short amount of time, resulting in a better interest rate on your loan.
Mm-hmm.
So can you explain to us how that works? What could qualify, what couldn't qualify for a rescore, and how much it costs and how long it takes?
Yeah, it's a great topic. So we do these a lot, by the way. So the credit scores are so important. Now, when you get above the 740 FICO, it doesn't matter. It's the same rate no matter what. But typically when the FICOs are in the mid sixes, we want to bring those up as close to 7 as we can or higher. And sometimes it doesn't take that much more. So what we do is we look at the credit report to see what's on there. And so what we can use to maybe get the items that we can rescore. Typically the biggest ones is credit card debt. So the credit scoring models look at, by the way, you can have great credit and still have a lower credit score. And the reason is because the credit scoring models read how much of that credit that you're using. As a general rule of thumb, you want to be under, for a credit card, for example, you want to be under 35% of the available credit. So if you have a $10,000 credit card, you want to be something under 3,500 on the balance. Excuse me. So when you get into, I know I got this cough still. The problem you have though, people have a $10,000 credit limit, they've got $9,000 balance, right?
Right.
That kind of messes up the credit score. You can have great credit, but it still is hard on the credit score. So through our credit model, we have a credit scoring model. We reach out to our credit bureau and say, okay, what can we do to get the score to say 700 or what we're looking for? They'll tell us, well, pay these bills down to this much, then we can rescore that. So that's what we'll do. We rescore it. Now there's a cost to that, but I do that as a courtesy for all our buyers. So whatever that cost is, I absorb the cost. But the beauty of that rescore is we get that back in about 5 to 7 days versus 30 days if you did it on your own.
Right.
So it's much, much quicker. So it's a great tool to use to bring the scores up. The other thing we see a lot with that credit scoring model is collection accounts. And collection accounts are really, really hard on credit scoring models. And most of the time, collection accounts are for, guess what? A $50 copay or something, some minor medical office deal where they send them right to collection account. I have a big problem with doctors that do that, by the way. You get $50 bill and you go to collection. That's kind of not fair, in my opinion.
Right.
So what we do with that, though, is we have the buyer pay that off, call the credit bureau, pay it off. And then once they pay it off, here's the key with this, though. A paid collection account is still a collection account.
Right.
So what we want to do on that is take that collection account and have them delete the credit from the credit file entirely, like it never happened. So we get that credit file deletion letter, submit that to the credit bureau and bring those scores right up. We oftentimes will see a 15 or 20 point or higher improvement just by paying off a small collection account.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And it makes a big difference to the buyers in a lot of ways. In terms of small FICO scores mean better credit, right? Better credit, better mortgage rate.
So if I got a ding on my credit because I didn't pay my phone bill, for example, and you pull my credit, you see that I have this collection on there because I didn't pay my phone bill. So I would write a check or whatever. I'd pay off the phone bill. I would give you proof. Then you would submit it to the credit bureau. So it doesn't wipe off your credit that you at one time didn't pay your phone bill. It just says that it's resolved.
Well, there's two sides to that. Yes, if you just write the check and pay it off, it just shows that it's a paid collection account. A paid collection account will not be of any value whatsoever with respect to improving your credit score.
Got it.
Most of the time on collection accounts, if you pay the entire bill in full, they will send you a deletion letter almost every time.
Yeah.
But you gotta be careful in the verbiage. They'll say, oh yeah, we'll show that as paid. We don't want to show it as paid. We want to show it as deleted, like it never happened.
Yeah.
That's the key. Yeah.
So you said, how long does it take from the time the person pays off that debt and submits it to you? How long does it take to get a rescore, you said?
Typically around 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty fast.
And what do you see on average people's scores being improved?
I would say on average, depending upon the number of accounts and how much you're paying things down, between 20 and 40 points. That's significant.
Folks, that's pretty good, because
Yeah.
the difference between what a 720 and a 750 FICO is a big difference in interest rate,
Yeah.
right?
So when you look at FICO scoring in terms of how loans get priced, they're in 20-point increments. So for example, a 660 to a 680 is one rate. The 660 to a 679 is one rate. The 680 to a 699 is another rate. So sometimes you'll see a buyer that's got like a 694 credit score. It's like, oh man, you're so close to that 700, right?
Right.
So we maybe pay down a couple small credit cards, get that to above 700. But if they're paying, for example, a collection account, we might get that above 720, even better.
Right.
So sometimes they're only 3 or 4 or 5 points below the next level of best price. So when I see it's only a 4 or 5 point difference, we're going to do what we can to get that score up every time.
Yeah, that would be, that's ideal. It's nice to know as a borrower that the lender's looking out for you.
Yeah, it's kind of, thank you. It's interesting that we're closing a loan right now for another buyer, and he came to me, I think his score was 659.
Yeah.
And he was buying a condo, and he talked to 3 or 4 different lenders. By the way, a condo price at a 659 is a much higher rate, right? I showed him one thing on his credit to fix, and then we rescored it, got him to a 685.
Oh, nice.
That saved him, believe it or not, about 0.3% on his rate.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and he goes, Rick, no one else told me about that but you. Okay, so every time we do a loan for someone, I look at ways we can help them get a better rate or improve their situation. So it helps buyers more that way, right?
Right. No, I love that. It's like we all need to look out for each other, and that is some very good looking out there. I'm sure they very much appreciate it. I know you're not going to get that with a call center.
Oh, no.
I have a terrible story to tell you about a call center. So it wasn't my client. It was a client of a client called call center for their loan. And they're buying a house, they're selling a house, buying a house, and they there was like some confusion. It's out of state. There was some confusion about the earnest money. And so the borrower said to the loan officer, can I just have so-and-so write the earnest money? It's like out of state. So it's like, $100 for earnest. It's nothing, right? Can I just have them write the check and take it to you, and then I'll just pay them back, So the call center, sorry, my afternoon when I sit still. So the call center got, loan officer got confused about this earnest money check and put that person on the loan.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
So the person that wrote the E&D check, they put them on the loan?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
And didn't have any discussions with anybody about it. And I just don't even know what kind of a mess that they're in. I'm waiting for a phone call because we're selling. Well, they're selling their house here, but it's like, what the heck is going on? Like, what is wrong with these loan officers? Nobody told me to put that person on there, and now it's like making it very stressful.
Well, someday I think that's gonna be a chapter in my book, just on that one piece alone. I deal with these so often, and we've had a couple of those on our own transactions where a buyer went to one of those online lenders and, oh no, the deal, our loan's approved, we're all good to go. We get a call 2 weeks later. Well, not really, right? So yeah, the call centers, look, they serve a purpose for sure. The challenge with the call centers is you don't have anyone there that's got a very high skill set to know what to do. They're great on scripts. They're great on scripts. They're super good on that.
Yeah.
If it's off the script, you're gonna have a really hard time.
Yeah, I agree. So
yeah.
Thank you for going the extra mile for people and for caring and trying to
Thank
get
you.
those FICOs improved so the interest rates can be approved. That is wonderful.
Yeah, rates are good, but lower is always better, right?
I know, exactly. Anything under a 10 is good.
I pulled up a flyer from a few years ago back, I think it was 85. I'll have to send it to you. Rates were advertised at, this is actual flyer. I think it was 16.5%, 1.5 points.
No joke.
Yeah. So rates are good.
Well, I appreciate your time today as every
Likewise.
week. And we'll see you guys again next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.